All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone I rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, we've been saying for years that these days would come. You know, when Kevin Samuels was saying winter is coming, he was late. All right. The trajectory of how the way things were going to go here in this country, we knew it was only a matter of time before things would start to go haywire. And now you women, you're now losing your stability. You're losing your comfort zone. And now you're starting to feel those burns, so to speak. So, it was only so much, that proud attitude. It was only so much that was going to be taken before you end up in this predicament. Scriptures say before a fall, before a downfall, the heart of man is haughty. And we know concerning Eve, the B-dub, she's waxed proud, since, the women's liberation and feminist movement, where she was programmed that she didn't need her head, she didn't need her husband, she didn't need a leader outside of, this white supremacist system, this government. She didn't need, no one to lead her. She was good on her own. She's equal. She can do it by herself. And in the last, 20, 30 years, the men had to listen to her, tout her independence, how strong she was, how much money she can make. She's the breadwinner now. She's an entrepreneur. She's the most educated. She got all these degrees. And where did that actually get you? You alienated your men, and now your back is to a wall now. Okay. And brothers been out there trying to give warning to these women. But these women, they wax proud in their pleasure, their comfortability. So here we are. So before I even, get to the scriptures, I'm going to play just a little bit of this video right here to show you, what a lot of these women are beginning to face, in this country where the economy is dying out. All right. Inflation is continuously skyrocketing, increasing. The food prices, the price of food constantly going up. Housing is not as affordable. Rent constantly going up and making it hard is making it hard for you to be able to even purchase a home. BlackRock buying up all the properties now. You're not going to own anything like those world leaders say. You won't own nothing and you will be happy. Apparently, they're not happy. So let's take a little peek at this real quick, and then we'll come back and get some precepts.
Problem with Iran, but he suffered a TBI. Williams fell behind on rent, and to make up the difference, headed back into the workforce. I only get $1,200 a month from Social Security, and I gave them $850. So there's still no money for the household. According to a USA Today study, Williams falls into a group most likely to face eviction. Black women. They're screening us out pretty much. LaShawn Marshall is a case manager for the Community Outreach Service Center, helping Williams and others stay in their home.
This is becoming a growing trend in the country. A lot of Black women are getting evicted. They're getting put out their homes because they cannot keep up with the rent. It's getting tight, man. It's getting real tight. And we can't say that we didn't see any of this coming. And a lot of men, they've grown so over it that they just, they still just turning their face. They still going their own way. They still rather, book passports and go overseas. They'd rather, live in their own little bachelor pads, have their little man caves. They is not trying to be in a space with these women. What you think happened to you so-called Black women out there? What y'all think has happened? Because there's a paradigm shift right now. Things are changing. And for a while, there's been all type of, conversation, discussions about, what's going on. And a lot of it has fell on deaf ears, where you refuse to hear the plight of these men. So now that the effects are starting to kick in and you on your own, this is what's going on. And now these women are getting put on the streets, with these derelicts, and you don't know what the hell is going through the mind of these homeless people. They tend to be more violent than ever now. But you on the streets with them. You got to deal with these immigrants. You got these Venezuela gangs that entered into the country, and they are they're turning certain cities, all right, out. Okay. It's dangerous out there. You got prisoners, freed prisoners out there. It's not good, man.
Homes. I'm running into landlords not doing the paperwork to keep them from being evicted. Marshall says to receive emergency rental assistance, tenants and landlords have to fill out government forms.
This compilation is about Black females now becoming homeless, now beginning to actually feel what it means to be Miss Independent, to have equality, to stand for feminism. And it's not to mock, but it's to really see that a lot of these females are not prepared for it and were never prepared for it. And I don't think they understand is consequences and how the repercussions can be a lot more damaging than good.
And see, Eve believed this man. He believed this serpent. It's like I said, she believed this serpent going back to the garden, right? And everything seemed to be pleasant in her eyes. It looked very promising. It looked very pleasurable. She get to be independent of her own man. She doesn't have nobody telling her what to do and leading her and guiding her. She can go out there and do it on her own. So in the beginning, the circumstances and the conditions, it seemed pleasant up front. But now you're starting to experience the back end of this ordeal. And it doesn't look good. I know it doesn't feel good. This is why the scriptures say in Sirach 12:10, never trust thine enemy. All right. Like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know, he planted that poison in your mind that, you know, you can have it this way. You know, as long as you don't have him by your side, talking about your men. And now look. Now these are those consequences, man. So it's only going to get worse from here on out, because we only in the beginning of sorrows. Let me real quick. Let me go here to the Apocrypha. There's 2 Ezra 14. And I'm going to start at verse I'm going to start at 15. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So not only is the times that we're in right now evil, but there's going to be even more evils. That means what? That those contractions are going to grow worse and more frequent. The travail. The Lord's going to up the plagues, the pestilences. He's going to, you know, bring famine to this place. We really ain't seen nothing yet. You still get entertainment. You still can get benefits here and there. Still got running water. You still got lights. But what's going to happen when the Lord, you know, sets that stage where, you know, a lot of people are going to be exempt from accessing, you know, these necessities. Things are going to go complete haywire, man. You know, we know women love comfort. The Lord's going to take that. He's going to continue to take that away. And that's to, you know, take away that pride that's currently on you women. Okay. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And it also says in 2 Ezra, the 8th chapter, that many great misery is going to be done. 2 Ezra 8 and 50, it says, for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You can't tell me our women ain't been super proudful. Super proud. And like I quoted it before, a downfall, the heart is very haughty. Proverbs 18 and 12. Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. These women don't want to humble down. They still got something to prove. Now you got some of the women that are starting to, they feeling the burn, and you know, they still want to negotiate. They still crying on social media. You know, I don't have any help. It's hard to sustain their living situations, because they, you know, most of them, they're trying to live above their means, trying to live as luxurious as possible. You know, luxury cars, luxury apartments, condos, homes. You know, they want to eat out a lot because, you know, they too lazy to cook, because they want to keep up with the Joneses, man. All on social media, you know, being braggadocious about their lifestyle. But that's coming to an end. So they never, you know, think about it. They never consider, like, man, what if, you know, I get humble? What if I fall from this situation where I'm not, you know, living like this? It's only so long I can live this way on my own without, you know, having some sort of help. You know, back in the 40s and 50s, and even, you know, parts of the beginning of the 60s, men was able to afford to, work off of one income and actually own a home and a vehicle where the woman didn't have to go and work. We all know what happened since then. Feminism. The CIA basically infiltrated your home and spoiled the woman and binded up the strong man. And and this serpent had her ever since. Brought her into the workforce so that she could be taxed right with the men. So these women never thought it through. The long-term effects of this agreement with the damn serpent. This is the Most High that's doing this, by the way. He's putting the spirit on his man to cause this. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Ecclesiastes 7 and 14. And it says, when times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this. The Most High has made the one as well as the other. Therefore, no one can discover anything about their future. You never know when, you can fall into a low estate after living in prosperity, after living on, sitting on that high horse. But you're still proud. You still got women right now, so-called black women. They feel like they are accomplished, so they still sitting on that high horse, still look down upon men, looking for that one needle in a haystack or the top 5% of men that ain't even looking in their direction. And they just out on their own. And they never think about this, how the Lord can actually, he can reduce you. So, you could, hey, let me get that in Second Esdras. I mean, not Second Esdras, Sirach 11. Yeah, Sirach 11 and 14, it says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. And we see what you women will be like and behave when the Lord, give you a little something to live with versus poverty. Now these women are starting to get humbled the moment the Lord take them down from that high horse and put them in that low estate. With no men coming to their rescue. That's why the Apostle Tahar did a video days ago, and it was just a clip, when he's talking about, hey, Isaiah 4:1 is finna come right around the corner. Is that door is getting ready to open up. These women finna realize their reality and understand why men are valued. And you really do need a man. Yeah, but it's going to be too late for the majority of them because they're going to get rejected. You just getting with me just for survival, just for your own selfish interests. No, thank you. Some of these women out there are that run into that circumstance where they're offered an opportunity from a man. You're gonna have to be willing to serve him the same way you serve your employer, your government, your zaddy. You gonna have to really take it there. Serve him with the same enthusiasm, same dedication that you do with your employer, your job, your corporate job or whatever. That's going to be like the secretariat, man. Otherwise, you're going to end up like these women that's getting put out on the street. And let me jump down real quick. Verse 25, it says, I'll start at 24. It says, again, say not, I have enough and possess many things. Yeah, I have a PhD. I have my own luxury apartment. I got my own house. I got my own, vehicle, luxurious vehicle. I got my own this. I got my own that. And what evil shall I have hereafter? Well, you see what's happening with this economy. You see this growing crisis of migrants coming into the country. They're starving. You seeing all this crime go up. You seeing a lot of women getting snatched up. You seeing a lot of women getting robbed in front of their homes. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. So just understand that. So let me go back to the video, play just a little more of this.
All right. So are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay. And so how old are you?
18?
18?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And so how long have you been homeless?
About 2 years.
Since you were 6.
See, she's only 18 years old and homeless. See, if this was a righteous society where everything was in order, she'd be married off to her husband and she'd be at home. She'd actually be in a home. If she was groomed right, taught as a child, right? If she had, her mother, that was in order to teach her how to be a wife, to serve her husband, she'd be in a home. But not in this day in society. They pretty much raise themselves because the mother, she not being a mom. She's out doing her. Their focus point is on their self, their pleasure, their careers. That's their focus. The child got to grow up and figure it out. So now she's on the streets. And that's probably because she refused to sell her body. Because some of these women that are they're maintaining themselves in apartments and stuff like that, or in and out of low budget income housing, low income apartments, hotels. Because a lot of them are out there, they selling. They have to resort to prostituting themselves. You can't you're not going to become a millionaire or even making six figures off of OnlyFans. There's only a small percentage of women that's making that kind of money on there. So it's like, what are you doing? What could you do? So the Lord is showing something here, man. And it's very essential that women that sees this, you be troubled with fear and humility. While you still have the chance, which, only a few is going to, take heed to that. But she being in a righteous society, she was in her right mind. These women were in their right mind. They be in a home.
Okay. What was that happened 2 years ago that caused you to become homeless?
I lost contact with my dad.
Wow. Is that who you was living with? Okay.
See? So maybe she wasn't obedient to her father. And he probably kicked her ass out. Because we know that these little women, these young women, they're out of pocket. And we know that the law says to honor thy father and thy mother. There ain't no respect. She could be under her father's house, but she refused to live up under his rules. So he probably booted her out. Now she's out there in them streets. Who knows what she was doing, but now look. And normally in the righteous world, he would, find a suitable husband and he would marry her off to that husband and she would be under his roof, not on the streets. But we don't have that anymore. This place is finished, man. Now the scriptures say that this was never our rest, because a lot of our women, they got acquainted with luxury and comfort here in Babylon, as if we were brought here to live this way. Now, this was the land of our punishment. Matter of fact, let me get Micah 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 9 actually. Yeah, this is Micah 2 and 9. It says, "You drive the women of my people from their pleasant homes." Right? You go to other translations that says, "You have evicted." It actually uses the term evicted. Let me see. Let me go to the BES translation. It says, "The leaders of my people shall be cast forth from their luxurious houses." All right, and right now, women rule over our people too. Single parent households is mainly women. So right now they're the leaders. Let me see what let me read the Christian Standard Bible, see what that say. It says, "You force the women of my people out of their comfortable homes, and you take my blessing from their children forever." It says, "Get up and leave, for this is not your place of rest, because the defilement brings destruction, a grievous destruction." And it definitely defiled and destroyed the minds of our women, being here in under this Western cesspool. Where they taught you women's liberation, equality, feminism, that rainbow ideology, the rainbow lifestyle, liberalism. Planted all these ideas in your head, and these are the effects. It has destroyed you. So we gotta spiritually, we gotta, flee this place. Get your head out of this society that's destroying you. Because now look, after you listen to this man and you thought it was pleasurable, it was pleasant, but now you're up, of all women in the world, you're up at the top of the list when it comes to abortion, STD rates, divorce, homelessness. You got all the other women beat when it comes to those statistics. The least married, the most divorced, the highest carrier of STDs, the most evicted, the most in a student debt loan. It's such a good deal, huh? Single mother households. You raising your daughter and she getting pregnant at 14, 15 years old under your watch. It's not gonna. It's not like that when the father is there. So, yeah, man, this is where we at, and having this attitude. And let me real quick. This attitude right
Maybe
here.
this was a part two, because I think the brothers. The reason why I led with one in big bold letters can cook.
This attitude right here. This doesn't help your cause at all. Still having this attitude right here. This doesn't make it any better. Women going viral for making a list of things men do that are considered sassy. So is this what you need to be concerned with? Still pointing out things that you find unattractive in men? Can you even afford to even be choosy at this point, picky? Because right now, things are not looking too good. Why would you still double down on this behavior and attitude when we're seeing the direction that this place is taking? So women like this, they're still at ease, and she hasn't gotten the memo yet. And all the women out on social media still on this folly. You don't want to alienate yourself in this time, because it's only going to get worse. She's going to end up like the women in the other video. Once the squeeze get tighter, you know, once the vintage fail, all this is going to go out of the window. It's not going to even matter. She's going to be desperate. But look at this.
Here's what really bothered me about this, because when I came across that clip, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely leading with this, especially when I came across this list. As much as women complain about men wanting 50-50 on bills, which is also on this list as well, one of the things that they complain about is men want to go 50-50 on the bills, but don't want to do 50-50 at domestic chores. Well, if that's so true, then why in the hell is a man knowing how to cook even on this fucking list? See how contradicting that is? This is exactly why I call women walking contradictions on my channel. Because it seems no matter what, no matter how much time passes, bro, y'all never seem to run out of content or examples. And here is just another one of many, and probably more to come.
They're still living in a delusional world. They're under strong delusion right now, man. And this is the worst time to be in this mentality. So that lets you know she's just they're very delusional. Their head is in the sand. They don't see what the hell is really going on. Okay, but it's only a matter of time before she scrap all that, and she's gonna desperately look for a man. Okay, so let me end off with this one. All right, because the scriptures say a man shall be as a hiding place. And you're going to realize that. And then not just any old man. A man of the Lord is going to be that. Because the Lord is going to be dealing with his elect. He's going to be their protector. Isaiah 32:2, it says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So who you women? Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. And they're not willing to change their attitude, their behavior, their mentality, which shows you what? That they're very complacent. They're still satisfied with themselves, even though, we can go down a list of very different things that's affecting these women because of this attitude and this behavior. It says the Hebrew word batak, which means to trust in, have confidence, secure, feel safe, careless. And you getting ready to lose that security, man. All right. And it says, what's that word for ease? Shana'an. It says quiet, secure, at ease, careless, wanton, arrogant. Yeah, these women are arrogant, man. You sassy if you know how to cook for yourself. What? Yeah, man. Just all right, go on, man. Just do you. See how that goes for you. NIV, it says, you women who are so complacent, rise up and listen to me. You daughters who feel secure, hear what I have to say. You know, notice that these other translations uses the word complacent. Because that's these women that refuse, man, to humble down. They're just complacent. They're happy with where they're at. Only because of, you know, they still got it somewhat comfortable. Easy. But once that eases up, once the Lord take that from you, then you're going to snap back to your senses. And rise up, you women who are carefree, and hear my voice. You confident and unsuspecting daughters, listen to what I'm saying. Rise up, you rich women, and hear my voice. You confident daughters, hearken to my words. In many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right. So, you know, you want to take heed to that message. And we've been, how long since we've been out there, this scripture always comes out regarding you women out there. The Lord been basically warning you that these times will come. And we ain't seen anything yet, man. This is only just the beginning. You're going to be out there and you're going to be left susceptible. And right now, men are turning their face, just like the Lord, every time he turned his face from Israel, you know, evil always happens to Israel. Every time he turns his face away. So now men are doing the same thing, turning their face. So I just want to, touch upon that, man. All right. And hopefully some of these women humble down, but for most of them, it's too late. All right. So, hey, with that, I'm going to give, Slakia, and you sisters that are on board, continue to stay on board. Continue to do what you got to do. Continue to believe, have faith. If you have a husband, continue to serve him. All right, in faith, charity, and sobriety. All right, so with that, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And to the next one, Shalom.